Welcome back to the podcast, everybody, and welcome to a series that has been 20 years in the making. I am titling this series the Jester Section Hiker Playbook. The playbook is 7 logical steps toward completing your favorite long-distance trail as a section hiker. Over the last 20 years, I have learned what works when it comes to setting your section hiking goals, logistics, training, gear, nutrition, having fun, and as they say in the hiking world, hiking your own hike. Over the next 7 days, I will be releasing this series of episodes focusing on each one of the steps in an individual show. So here we go with step 3, which is training. Welcome back, everyone, and here we are moving on to step number 3, which is training. It makes sense that once you have set your goal, figured out your logistics, that you now would put a strong focus on training. I'd like to think as section hikers, we train year-round and are always prepping for a hike. As you all know, since January of 2024, I have put my training as one of the larger branches on my tree. As I age, hiking does not get any easier, but I am willing to put in the work so I can hike more and suffer less when I'm out on those trails. Training looks different for everyone, so let's chat about my 4 key points that I've added to this step. So here we go, y'all. Step 3, training. The 4 key points are train your mind, train your body, prioritize your strength, and plan some shakedown hikes. So let's go back to this first key point titled Train Your Mind. What I mean by this is during this time, as you're training, you're getting ready, you're prepping yourself, training your mind is doing as much research as possible and learning what's to come on the terrain, the potential trail conditions, the potential outcomes you might face, the potential places that you might go. And I've also added a note here to research on YouTube as much as possible, but be careful and still continue to plan your own hike. And then the last thing under this, training your mind, is to have a plan B. Now, I'm going to give you an example of a hike that I went on several years ago up in the New York and New Jersey area with a couple of my girlfriends. So we've been planning this hike, and it was during my spring break, which was April. So going up to New York, New Jersey, in that area in April can be kind of sketchy. And what I mean by that is it could be really good, or the weather could be really bad during that time period. So we kept watching the weather, and it looked like everything was going to be sunny, and we were going to be good to go. So we did continue on with our plan. Now, when we got there, we all arrived at the hotel the evening before we were going to start hiking. And the next morning, we had arranged our shuttle driver to take us where we were going to start the trail. And we did all that. And when we got to the trail, guess what? About a half a mile into the trail, it was completely flooded and we were up to our knees in water. It didn't seem like the water was going to be out of our sights. So we all kind of looked at each other, and guess what? We turned around, we went back to the trailhead. We were all soaked. It was sunny, but it was colder conditions, so that was not going to be safe for us to continue being soaked while we were trying to do this hike. So guess what? We came up with our plan B. We went back to the hotel. We did some research. We all looked at our section hikes and what we still needed to accomplish, even though we were not going to be able to do that section. And we took a big pivot. We went further south. We checked into another hotel. We found another shuttle driver, and we continued on with our week. So in training your mind, you always want to have a plan B and even a plan C, because you never know what's going to happen. So research and learn and have your plan B and have your plan C. All right, our next step in this process under step 3 of training is train your body. Train your body to carry the weight of your backpack. And believe me, your body will thank you. Now, y'all know I've been on this big strength training regime and really getting into my training, being prepped and being prepared as I age and as I want to continue section hiking and after I retire through hiking some trails. So what I used to do is go from work directly to hiking or from the couch to the hike, and that no longer works for me. All that did was lead to injury, lead to suffering on the trail that wasn't necessary. And also, now that I look back and I think about things, hindering the people that I was with because I wasn't ready. Even though I was younger, and when you're younger, you could suffer through a lot and your body will recover faster and all those things. But now suffering is not a priority. Strengthening my mind and my body are a priority. And believe me, you don't want to put on that pack, that 25 to 30 pound pack, and go out for a week and you have not had that on your back. What that is going to do is lead you to maybe not accomplishing the goals that you set for yourself that week. And as section hikers, we only have a certain amount of time off. So we want to capture everything we can during that time off, during this time that we have prioritized. And one of the things we can do is train our body to carry our backpack weight and train our mind. So moving on from that, you all could guess, point number 3 is prioritizing strength. And something that I put beside this was strength will enhance your body's overall performance. So I want to say that again. Strength will enhance your body's overall performance. So you're strengthening and training your mind, you're strengthening and training your body, and this will all work together when you are out on your section hike, and that will enhance your experience. Believe me when I say this, I experienced this last summer in 2024, which I am going to rank in all of these 20 years of section hiking, one of my best years out on the trail, because I truly prepared my mind and I truly prepared my body and I prioritized strength. And if y'all remember last year in 2024, as I was prepping and getting ready, I talked about 3 different exercises that y'all could do. It was called the Jester's press, the Jester squats, and the Jester lunges. So you could do this workout to strengthen your body, and all you need is your backpack or your day pack to start off with. So the Jester's press, all you do is put your pack on the floor, bend down, pick it up, raise it up over your head, and put it back down on the floor, and that is 1 press. Do a set of 10 and start off with those. After you do that, move on to Jester squats. Put your backpack on and do 10 squats. Then move over to Jester lunges. So do a set of lunges on each leg. You can do regular lunges, you can do reverse lunges, and there are 3 exercises you could start off with: Jester's press, Jester's squats, and Jester's lunges. And see how many sets of those you could do for 20 minutes, and just start off doing that. Another thing that's coming, I'm excited to tell y'all, I don't even know how to say it. I am working on a program of workouts with my trainer, Logan, to not only make it easier for me to work out in a series of workouts, but also make them accessible for you all. So hopefully soon, coming toward the end of February, beginning of March, I will have available for you all some workouts that I do, and you will have access to Logan to answer your questions. So more coming on that. All right, let's get to that 4th point, which is plan some shakedown hikes. Y'all know what those are. Basically, that is when you put your pack on, you go out to your local park, you go to an area that's closest to you where you can get out on trail, you can spend a weekend, you can spend some time. hiking all day long with your pack on, setting up your gear at camp that night, getting up the next day, hiking again all day long with your pack on. And during these shakedown hikes, you can figure out, all right, this ain't going to work. This was great. I need to rearrange this. Maybe I need to prioritize this. Go out purposely when it's pouring down the rain. Go out when it's snowing. Go out when it's burning up. When you do all those three things, just go out at all types of weather. Don't sit at your house and say, well, it's raining today, I don't have to go out. Well, yeah, you do. You need to test that gear. You need to test that rain gear. And you need to test your mind and your body and see where you are. Don't wait until you get out on the trail for your section hike, because that time is precious and you want to be able to enjoy the trail. All right, so we all hope for those beautiful, wonderful hiking days, and I hope you have plenty of those to come. So y'all, step number 3 was training. As I close out this episode, just remember the Jester's Section Hiker Playbook is all about having fun in the process of achieving your goals of completing a long-distance trail as a section hiker. Section hiking is an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and achieving. Thanks for listening, everybody. As always, be safe out there and happy section hiking.